Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing some of the fragrances in my perfume collection that I will be reaching for this summer. I mean, it's already feeling like summer where I live. We've had 100+ degree days. It's super humid and I've already been reaching for these fragrances, but as it continues to get into the summertime, these are going to be in heavy rotation for me. So if you're interested in seeing what these fragrances are, then please keep watching. Hi friend, welcome back. I'm super excited to hang out with you today. There's nothing like sitting down and making these videos knowing that I am hanging out with my fragrance family. I'm so grateful for you, so thank you for being here. And to those of you who are new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle in my monthly vlogs. So if any of those things sound good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. This first one is more of an honorable mention. It is one that I purchased at the end of summer last year, so I didn't get a lot of use out of it. I purchased a travel size of it, and I do plan on wearing this and enjoying it and possibly getting a full bottle of this fragrance. This is Ouai's North Bondi. North Bondi, y'all, is amazing. If you love shampoo-y type scents, you love to smell like you just got out of the shower, you just use your most fragrant shower gel, your most invigorating shampoo, this is it. This smells very floral. It smells fresh, slightly powdery. This is gorgeous. When I stumbled across this scent at Sephora, I was shocked. And this was last summer, at the end of summer. And so like I said, I didn't really get to use it too much. And also I'm always picking up new scents, but this is one I'm going to savor this summer, especially on those super duper hot days, on days when I'm going out walking, when I'm going to the beach, when I'm really active this summer. This is going to be amazing. This smells so good. And the best way that I can describe this scent is it just smells like shampoo, like body wash, like you just got out of the shower and you smell incredible. This is Ouai's North Bondi. This next one is Valentino Coral Fantasy. I picked up Coral Fantasy maybe over a year ago and I love this fragrance. This is one of 2 kiwi fragrances that I have in my collection. This has a note of kiwi. It has that subtle Donna Born aroma DNA, but this one goes in a different direction. This one feels so fresh and mouth watering. This is like a kiwi punch on the hottest day. Just picture a glass of juice. So you have kiwi juice, you have some orange juice in there, and the glass has tons of ice. That's how this opens up and how it develops into the mid. And then you have ambrette in here. So this gets musky, and I love ambrette because ambrette is a very sexy musk in my opinion, and that's what's in here. So this smells incredibly mouth-watering and juicy in the opening, and then it gets a little intoxicating and sexy as it dries down on the skin and on the clothes. So this is Born in Roma Coral Fantasy by Valentino, another summer favorite of mine, and one that, as you can see, I'm almost finished with it, and when I am finished with it, I will be getting another bottle of this fragrance. This next one is a viral Arabian fragrance. When I first reviewed this, I didn't realize how viral it was going to become, but y'all, I can see why. It's so beautiful and it's perfect for summertime. And this is Mystique Bouquet by Afnan. Mystique Bouquet has a very similar DNA to Valaya. I think Mystique Bouquet lacks that aldehydic essence of Valaya, and it lacks the Akagala wood, so there is less of a woody presence in this fragrance. This one feels a little bit sweeter. This one feels a little bit creamier on the dry down, a little bit softer around the edges, if you will, as compared to Valaya. But this is so good. This also lasts very decently. I got about 6 hours with this fragrance, and so I think this is a decent performer, especially in the summer heat. This feels very refreshing. It feels mouth-watering. It feels clean and fresh and I think this is the perfect summertime scent. I have not been reaching for this as much because I've been enjoying Valaya, but this is one that I will be taking with me to top up when I do wear Valaya. This is also one that I will be taking with me on our summer vacations in lieu of taking Valaya because it gives me that Valaya essence. This is Afnan's Mystique Bouquet. Since we're talking about Valaya, y'all know Valaya had to make an appearance in a summer fragrance video. This fragrance right here is one that I've been waiting to wear. When I first picked this fragrance up, I wore it nonstop last summer. I was always outside for my kids' activities. We were going to the beach. We were doing lots of outdoor things, and this fragrance kept me feeling fresh the entire time. Valaya, in my opinion, also is beast mode. I think it projects very far for quite a while, and it lasts on my clothing well after laundering my clothing. Yes, this is so amazing. The Akagala wood in here and the aldehydic notes is what makes this fragrance so distinct and what makes this fragrance stand out so much. It's so good. And then I think this fragrance also highlights the peach note a little bit more. In my opinion, the way that the bottle looks is the way that I feel when I wear this fragrance. It keeps me feeling fresh. It's very sweet. It's slightly citrusy. It's a little woody. It has a sweetness to it, a subtle hint of creaminess. This is so feminine and it's absolutely delightful. Very unique. And what I'm finding is that Parfums de Marly makes very unique fragrances, and this is no exception. This is Valaya by Parfums de Marly. So speaking of Parfums de Marly, I have a dupe here for one of their gorgeous fragrances. This is Hawa Pink by Zamaya, and this is a dupe for Delina La Rose. This, y'all, is a fragrance I will be reaching for over and over again. I've worn it several times. I love to spritz this on before I work out. I love to wear it on really hot days before I step out of the house. This is fabulous for those types of days. If you love a very feminine fragrance, if something like Valaya is a little bit too citrusy, too woody, too aldehydic for you, Delina La Rose feels a little less abstract. And I think if you love Delina La Rose, if you can get your nose on it, then you will probably enjoy this one, especially since this one is so affordable. This one is great to have to save your Delina La Rose, or this can replace it. This can replace it altogether. This isn't an identical one-to-one clone type of situation, but this one is a very good dupe in my opinion. I have done a video on this fragrance and how I feel it compares to the OG, so I will link it here so that you can go and watch it. But similar to Delina La Rose, this fragrance feels very fresh. It feels a little earthy. It has a rose note. The rose note in here feels very dewy. It feels very dewy. I think this one is a little bit more earthy because of the vetiver that's at the base of the fragrance, but I think this is very close to Delina La Rose. I think Delina La Rose feels a little bit more watery, especially at the mid, whereas this one feels slightly more earthy. Again, I have talked all about the differences in my comparison video, so please do watch that video for more details, but this is one that I will be reaching for all summer long. This is Hawa Pink by Zamaya. This next one is another fragrance that I find perfect for summer because of its juicy and fruity, mouth-watering qualities. I also love this fragrance because it feels very feminine, very soft, even a little ethereal in my opinion. And this one is Cassiopeia by Tiziana Terenzi. So Cassiopeia is another very unique fragrance in my opinion because I just love the way this fragrance mixes those very sweet and fruity characteristics with woody and creamy components. I love when fragrances give you a very mouth-watering and juicy fruit with something sweet and warm and creamy, maybe even lactonic at the base. I love that juxtaposition, and that's present in this fragrance. So this fragrance has that juicy passion fruit, which I love the way the passion fruit comes across in this fragrance. This also has lemon in the opening, which lends to a very fresh and bright opening. And then it has rose and carnation and lily of the valley at the mid. And I do pick up on the rose, and this fragrance feels so juicy, and the lily of the valley is definitely doing its job in this fragrance. This fragrance has sandalwood and musk and tonka bean at the base. And sandalwood gives us that woodiness, that creaminess, and tonka bean adds to that layer of silky creaminess with a little nutty hint. So this fragrance's base is very creamy and sweet and slightly warm. Cassiopeia is one that when I wear it, I cannot get enough of it. I've layered it with so many different fragrances and it layers very well, and it also lasts all day on my clothing. It's not like the biggest projector. It's not going to project for very long, but it will last you the entire day. This is a gorgeous fragrance for the summertime and one that I'm excited to continue wearing. This last one is another Arabian fragrance find. This fragrance is one that I love a lot as well. And I am grateful that most of what I purchase, I end up truly loving, truly enjoying. And this is another one of those fragrances. I am so excited to wear Lattafa's Bade Al Oud Sublime this summer. This is such a fruit-forward fragrance. It's very juicy. It feels candy-like. It feels very friendly, very approachable, but it also has a little bit of a maturity to it because of the base of this fragrance. This fragrance is supposed to be a dupe for Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple, and I would say this is a very close dupe. It's not one-to-one. I do not feel like this is a clone in any way, but I do feel like this is a very good dupe of that fragrance. This one feels a little bit more classy, a little bit more elegant, a little bit more mature, a little bit more sophisticated, but still very fun. And I find that because of that nuance, this fragrance is perfect for a very casual event, and it can also transition to something a little bit more serious. Maybe a business meeting that is happening during the daytime. I think this is work appropriate because although it's very fruity and juicy, it's not like beast mode or super loud projector, yet it lasts all day long on the clothes, and so you're going to get an entire work day's worth of wear from this fragrance. It's going to smell very fruity, very inviting, it's very approachable, but it's not going to offend anyone. I think this is beautiful for the summertime as well because it does have that lychee and that apple in the opening, and those notes feel very crisp, very juicy, mouth-watering, slightly tart, perfect for the summertime. So this is Lattafa's Bade Al Oud Sublime. I love this fragrance so much. Thank you so much for still being here. If you are still here, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out because that really does help my channel grow. If you are here and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. I think you will enjoy this channel because I do quite a bit of fragrance content every single week. And hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Before we part ways today, I wanted to share something that I was reminded of recently. I've been following a fitness coach on YouTube called Sydney Cummings, and she always shares some nuggets with us at the end of her workouts. And she shared something a while back in one of her videos that stuck with me. It kind of left an indelible mark on me, and that is that we are to look at ourselves as athletes. Life is like this big race. I've heard that analogy about life being a race over and over again. Even in the Bible, Paul talks about how we are running this race. And I love the idea of us looking at ourselves as athletes. An athlete is known as someone who is very skilled and proficient in some form of physical exercise. And the reason why they become very skilled and proficient and very athletic is because they practice discipline. They discipline their minds, they discipline their bodies, they have routines, they have standards for the types of things that they engage in, they're very focused, and I think we can all learn something from an athlete. And to take it a step further, we can look at ourselves as athletes. And in looking at ourselves as athletes, running in this race called life, we have to have standards for how we do things, and we have to pay attention to what our focus is on. Her sharing that analogy just took my workouts to the next level. I started working harder. I started really looking at myself as an athlete and embodying what I think is the focus that an athlete would have. That's helped me get through each set one move at a time, and I've been able to complete my workouts and feel strong and feel confident. And I just wanted to share that with you all today because I've been looking at myself as an athlete, period, and really practicing those things, and that's truly helped me become even more productive in this season of my life. So I hope that encourages you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.